Hey guys, I'm Sean with Custom Offsets TV on the YouTube.
Here with Junior.
And we are going to do a recap of our 2019 predictions we brought to you guys at the beginning of the year and just see how close we are, see if we're still in tune with what's going on around here.
Let's go. All right, so to start it off, we're going to start from like our number 19 and kind of work our way down some of the ones that we kind of found surprising or shocking from our list that we had at the top 19 a year ago to now. First one we see, which is the same wheel, but might not look like the same wheel, is the DWG Off-Road DW13. And that we had predicted at number 16 at the beginning of the year. The Hard Rock Crusher is number 19 as of right now.
Which is the same wheel. Yeah. So Hard Rock or DWG, something happened where they just changed the cap and transitioned those wheels over to Hard Rock.
Yep, same designs, same everything, just a different name. And I mean, the wheel speaks for itself. It looks good. Yep. It's affordable, comes in the sizes you want. So makes sense why that one's on there.
Not proper direction though. That's why it's 19 though, instead of 5.
Fair enough. Next up then is Hostile, which we had 3 of them. We had the Hostile Jigsaw at number 15, we had the Hostile Alpha at number 12, and the Hostile Sprocket at number 6. And the reality of that, the Jigsaw didn't make it somehow, which surprises me.
I want to know why. I feel like it had to be an inventory issue. It'll be interesting as we go if some of the Jigsaw knockoffs took some of those sales, because I know there's some wheels out there that look awfully familiar to the Jigsaw. I know Hostile wasn't super, well, they were hostile about the fact that people borrowed their design, but I think maybe that's what happened to the Jigsaw as the market got flooded with lookalikes.
Of the same, because I mean, that wheel 2 years ago was a forged wheel, then it became a cast wheel, and it's always been
a gorgeous
really,
wheel. It's a sick design.
But the Alpha made it at number 12, and then the Sprocket made it at number 5. The Sprocket has by far just been there steady for, ever since I got inventory of it 3 years ago, it's always been in that top like 5. So definitely makes sense on that one.
And you called it on the Alpha, I'm willing to admit that. Was that 18 or 19?
That would have been.
That was an 18.
That was at SEMA.
When I said the Striker was going to win.
SEMA 18?
Yeah.
Had to have been.
And so the Alpha was still going strong, and the Striker didn't make her, did it?
Nope.
I still think it's a sexy wheel.
Next up, we had Arkon Off-Road. We had the Crown Series Victory as number 11. We also had the Alexander's number 7 and the Arkon Lincoln at number 2. The Victory didn't make it either. Victory did not make it.
Yeah, I think being a higher end, higher cost wheel, Axe Off-Road was in the same boat.
Yeah.
They're a little more pricey. They're the specialty colors, so you're starting to kind of lose some of the mainstream
Special
folks
features,
with the red wheels.
Whether it's the spinning caps or the rings or whatever, depending on the company.
And they've got the compression forward, and then the Arkon Victory is more, it's the one with the ring that comes off and you can customize it. But obviously that comes as a price because there's a lot of cost to that. So I think the Victory and the Axe Off-Road fall in the same bucket of, we still sold a ton of them, but they're not going to be your mainstream top 19 like we thought.
Yep, makes sense. The Alexander did sneak in there, though, at number 15, so that's super cool to see.
Yeah, that one started off the year like a rocket ship.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it backed off with, I thought was interesting. I don't know what they switched to because it's such a busy, kind of high luxury looking wheel. I don't know what they substituted that with, so.
Not sure.
Yeah, I was surprised. But how about that Lincoln?
Well, we'll get there. That one, we'll get there as we get down the list a little bit.
All right, we'll wait.
RBP. We had the 65R as number 10 in our predictions from a year ago. It looks like we have two of them. Neither of them are the same wheel, though. We have the number 16 was the RBP 74R, and then the RBP 73R was number 13. So we had 13 and 16 that made it. 2 different RBPs. And I know RBP a lot of times is doing those promotions and stuff like that. They got a lot of 25% off all the time, it seems like. So they're definitely one of those wheels that if you can snag them while they're on discount, it's a super hot buy. They look good. They come in the sizes you want, so.
Yeah, we were close.
Yep.
I don't know if the 73 and 74 came out since we made that video, or if they were newer, so we weren't really able to see how they were gonna do. But it is interesting that they got 2 of them on there. Good job on their part.
Vision Rocker, next up. We had that at number 9 back in the day. It's at number 11 now, so that one pretty much
nailed that one. Yep. I expected that. It's such a clean, simple wheel. It's a mesh style, decent
It's like
lip.
busy but simple at the same time.
Yep, and I think they do the 12 wides in like their 22s, and I think 24, 12 also, which not many companies are doing a 12 wide in a 24, so I'm betting they're winning that market.
Yep. Ultra Hunter. I guess I didn't see this one coming up. It was number 8 that we had guessed.
Yeah.
It came in at number 4.
Remember that was the price?
Yep.
That's
and it was the
it's
10
a
wide
black
with a 6-inch lip.
split spoke, big lip, 10 wide, like $72 for a set of 7.
I don't know about that. Don't quote us.
The price is basically right. So that one, the whose was that again? Ultra. Ultra bought the market, and I think they've always been, you know, the low cost wheel. So they came out with a good-looking wheel, and it was a no-brainer. Yeah, people were gonna gobble those up. So.
Moto Metal MO962. We guessed at number 5. It was number 7.
Still hanging in there.
It's hanging in there. It's
that wheel's older than you are, Junior, and it's still in the top 10. I am so impressed. That wheel's like 8, 9 years old.
Am I 7?
I mean,
that's not it.
Relative. I'm talking relative.
Fair
it's
enough.
older than your career in the wheel industry.
That's true.
Yeah, it's been around before you were.
Fuel Maverick also hanging in there. That one we got at number 4. It's at number 6. So it's basically right there with the 962. They're making their way up the list now, kind of getting out of there, but at the same time, they're still holding
I was going to say, they used to be number 1 and 2.
Yep.
Now they're number 6 and 7, which is interesting. So there are some new kids moving in.
Yep.
And it's kind of pushing out those guys that have been, because that Fuel Maverick's older than I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had wheels back then.
What's interesting though is we kind of paired these two together, and they like stayed together. Even though they're moving back in the lineup, like they're the same style wheel. They're just creeping back. 970 was the next one up. The Moto Metal 970. We had number 3. That one stayed at number 3.
That's impressive.
That one's like holding strong.
And they had some pricing stuff go on with the different tariffs and all the stuff that happened in 2019. So it's impressive that the Moto Metal 970 was able to hold its ground. I think now the price has settled back down to normal.
Yep.
And I think people are back to gobbling that wheel up. Everybody's always been a fan of how clean it is, how easy it is to clean.
Yeah.
And I think we also see, you know, from the 17-year-olds to the 47-year-olds buying that wheel.
The sizes, the finishes too, because it's like you can get the machine face, or you can get it with the milling, and then all the sizes. I mean, there's like 18 by 10 all the way up to like, I don't even know anymore. Can we just appreciate that our top 3 versus the real top 3 are basically the same?
I mean, I appreciate it. We nailed it. I would say the top 7 or 8 were right there.
Yeah.
They're all they're switching positions, but they're all right there.
Our guesses for number 2 and number 1 from a year ago, early 2019, we had the Arkon Off-Road Lincoln as number 2, and the TIS 544 as number 1.
But what? Oh.
They switched.
So what was the Lincoln then?
So Lincoln, as of end of 2019, is the number 1 best-selling wheel of 2019.
Did they get that? Colin, did you? I think it glitched. Can you, what was it?
I need words. The best-selling wheel of 2019, Arkon Lincoln.
By Sean Chartier.
Insert little scribble like signature.
So so that went super well. You know, and the funny part is it's the only wheel I've ever designed. It's the only wheel I will ever design. I'm going out Vanilla Ice style. Ding, 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 the Lincoln. Ding, 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 the Lincoln. 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 Ding, 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 the Lincoln. So I'm gonna do the one-hit wonder and go out on top. All I did was I took my favorite styles and the concepts that I've been looking at for 10 years, you've been looking at for 5 years, put them all into one perfect wheel in my brain. And so it is perfect. Pretty
cool to mention too that the TIS 544 we predicted as number 1. One, I think because we were going to be a little modest with ourselves and our designs. We didn't want to. We're going to come out with the number 1.
I didn't think we could beat that one.
No,
I didn't think we were going to beat the Maverick and the 962. To be honest.
But somehow those snuck up. But the TIS 544 was the wheel of 2018. All of 2018 was the 544. And so going in 2019, there was no doubt that it was going to be in the top 3, top 2 for sure. It's just crazy to think that this wheel that came out a year ago is beating out a 2-year wheel that has that much more experience behind it.
Yeah, the 544 is still going strong too.
And I mean, the finish, the Custom Austin exclusive red finish is offering more to the wheel to kind of keep mixing it up, so it gives people a different option with the same design style.
This is making me want to do a 2020. Can we do a 2020 video? I keep wanting to predict now.
Let's do
what's going to happen. We can get some champagne, old school.
I'm in.
You're not going to get all, white girl drunk and get weird during the video.
You never know.
All right.
So you guys want to subscribe, stay tuned, because we're going to come at you with the best predictions that we have for what's going to be hot, top 20 wheels of 2020.
And since we pretty much nailed 2019, you're gonna want to know.
Yeah. That's all we got.
Peace.
Awesome.